Why do we do AICC-Action in Action climate change? Because we think it's one of the most important problems, and we discovered this problem. We were not aware. We say, okay, this industrialization is very nice. The productivity increased a lot, but there are side effects. And what are we going to do about that? And there are several problems, because from an economic point of view, externality is something easy, but here not. The first is that loser and winner are not the same, and basically those who emit the most are not those which are suffer from the consequence. The second problem is there are big time lag. So, okay, we can act today, but we will not see the consequence of this action or for global warming, and it may happen in other places in the world. The third problem is that we are not sure about anything. We are almost sure, but if you see the model for climate change, there are different models. They give different scenarios, and you may say, how is it possible to decide if I am not sure? So we are not sure what is the good model, but if you think about it, many decisions are like that. You have a risk, you have probability, and ambiguity. You don't know the probability, you don't know what is the good model. It's not a reason not to act. And the last point I noted is that, well, we all have responsibility, but it's easy to say, I am only a small actor, other people are more responsible, big firms are more responsible, China is more responsible, why I should do something? So we have to address this point. So in a sense, the situation is very easy. You create wealth, and you also create gas effect serre. The greenhouse gas have an influence on temperature. Now it's, let's say, almost sure, like mathematicians say, and this temperature creates damage. So I decided to speak about general relativity. So this is the equation of Einstein on general relativity. What does it say? Well, it says Newton, it's okay, but you have to be more precise, but it says the space is a consequence of the mass. This is, I think, the big transmission. And writing my PowerPoint, I say, but it's a little bit the same thing for us, in the sense that the planet is not given exogenous, the planet is a consequence of our action. So, and I think there are some similarity. Now, one equation, which I think it's a symbolic equation, it's my last equation, don't worry, because I think it put the different aspect of the problem. So the first one is, I don't know if I have a mouse, but temperature over CO2. So CO2 and other greenhouse gas have an influence on temperature. Okay, that's one aspect, and it's some department in the university. The second is that we are reading to the right. When you generate energy, usually you also generate greenhouse effect. Not always. You may say electric car is not the case, but of course you have to build the electric car. Electricity has to come from somewhere. So it's also true that energy means greenhouse effect. Third term, on the right, when you want to produce good and service, you need energy. So the same term appears on the numerator, you need energy. And the third one is the behavioral. We want good and services, and this is the behavioral part. So in order to understand this equation, you have to speak to climate science, you have to speak to engineer, you have to speak about to firm, and you have to speak to people, their behavior. And all that gives the density which is the increase in temperature and, of course, the variability in the temperature. And once you have that, so it's more complicated density, but to put it simple, the damage is function of this density increase in temperature. Solution exists, yes, but at different level. And it's really a philosophical point. Do you believe in one or other? You may say, we have to change human behavior. It's true. If we change human behavior, we will consume less. But that's one solution, but it's not the full solution. Or second idea, you say, okay, business as usual, you have to invest in technology, in new technology, in green technology. A lot of effort is done, but you may say it's not really a miracle because it's not that there is a certain number of people thinking that the energy add, they don't substitute. So there is a long discussion to have about that. And the third one is the more institutional guy. You say you have to change the regulation, you have to change the law, pricing or incentive, plus or minus. Okay, so so first thing, why this dot? What are the difficulty? The time lag. Second difficulty, the political power. Okay, the political power in the country and across country. Of course, if I run for president and I say, okay, I will have a policy and it will be costly, if we change our technology, you have to pay. So there is not, you may say there is not such kind of miracle green development. No, it has a cost, you have to pay, you have to invest. I will never be elected now. So it's difficult to impose this idea. And to agree between countries means that you have to have the same preference, but the country have different costs and benefits, they have different objectives, and there is not such kind of thing, one government. But François, we may say maybe it exists or something exists, we will see. So the idea of AICC is to attack the problem in sense, where are we, the status quo, what are the solutions which have been considered so far, 3, why this solution don't work, what are the barriers, the constraints, human, technological constraints, and so on, and what do we propose? And I will speak about that. So quickly, so the idea came by Zoom with some member of the AICC in the Fall 22. We had the first conference in Paris at Boulevard Michel-Ange, CNRS, in September 23, which was parallel to this. Then we launched a YouTube session, and I would be very happy if you look at this YouTube session. It's several topics, small topic, 15 minutes, or sometimes a little bit more. It can be useful for you, it can be useful for the student, it can be useful for the friend to see what the expert in a specific field, waste management, for example, think about the topic. We have a website, let's say, under construction, and we had last week a symposium, and we will discuss, there were 3 sessions, we will discuss about the result of this symposium. Symposium means people are in the same monastery for 3 days, days and night, and discuss specific topic, and they report, and they make some plan for research and action. Okay, the second, this is where we were, near Münster. That's one of the session number 3. It's not partially the same thing. People are here for logistics, and the next year there will be conference is organized by Michel Birlier at EPFL, so there will be the symposium in the mountain. We will send a call for session, and there will be the conference at EPFL in 25. These are the members of the international committee. We will put that on the website and on the YouTube chain. And I am done. Except that we have to work more. So what we want to do now, one is to establish the organization, which is so far informal. We want to have an organization which has some legal statement. The second, we want to create a foundation. And the third one is that we want to generate working paper, and we will publish the position paper for the symposium also on the website to express ourselves publicly. Okay, so contact person, here it is. There is a long list. All the members can be contacted here. I thank you very much for your attention.